Hey guys, welcome back to Today in DeFi. Back here with our airdrop farming alphas, which we always publish every week to cover the best airdrops and the best opportunities there are on the market. So let's go into it. So we're going to follow up some interesting opportunities that we actually showed last week, which is one of it is Makina Finance, the USD Vault token. And just last week, if you are actually scrolling to our newsletter, by the way, if you can check it out on the description below, there's a link to our free newsletter. You can subscribe and get free news, free DeFi news every day, completely free. You just need to read and get all the alpha. And yeah, we cover news like this, introduction to tokens, tokenomics, and yeah, interesting airdrops and farms or updates that you must know. We curate all this news, so everything on the letter should be actionable and would be impactful to the market or to DeFi or to anything you are trading on. Yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, finally unveiled their tokenomics here, and it's a pretty cool tokenomics where 40% of the token will be released into incentives, and yeah, only 2.5% for the airdrop, 5% for the ICO, and I think the ICO is actually coming up in the corner right now, and yeah, there's only a decent percentage for the team and the developers, and so this is a pretty cool airdrop where 40% of the incentives could be gained from inside the protocol. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. Makina Finance, they let you deposit into their vault strategies here. Like you can see, you can choose from USD, ETH, or BTC. Let's use USDC here for reference. The Elastic USD, which is giving you 6.5% APY right now, and the rest of it will be on the airdrop rewards. So yeah, this 12 to 14% is already including the 6.5% APY. So it will be double the native APY. And just like any other protocols, we are very concerned for the transparency, which they actually shield. You can actually look at our old video last week to see how I actually go through the risk and verify the transparency dashboards on Makina and every other protocols here. And there's an interesting airdrop here. Kinetiq is Hyperliquid's biggest LST protocol, K-Hype, and if you have been holding K-Hype, you should be aware that you have been accruing Kinetiq points. And finally, just today, Kinetiq Foundation actually stated the potential date, the exact date and the time for the Kinetiq Genesis event. So this would be a very anticipated airdrop since a lot of users have been using K-Hype, and it's one of the highest and one of the biggest LST that has been trading on the Hyper EVM. So yeah, so those of you, congratulations, and hope you got a big allocation, a good Kinetiq airdrop. And also deBridge is a smaller airdrop, but it's quite significant. It's very DeFi, and the eligibility criteria would be those of you who have been using deBridge to bridge your Ethereum or any other chains. You'll get points for that, and from those points you can soon claim it into DBR tokens right now. Its season 2 claim is already live. And by the way, if you want these kind of links, these links to the claims, to the checkers, or to the news, you can always look on our free letter. For the claims, we actually put the links on the free letter so you can access it. But if you want the more detailed and the more curated potential airdrop alphas that we show only to our premium members, you have to actually pay $1.3 per day or get a 7 days trial, completely free. 7 days, you can check out what we're doing. Do check out our premiums. And yeah, next airdrop, this is quite interesting news. Quite late actually, but the airdrop is still going on. It used to be very hype. If we can check on CoinGecko, it used to be a very hype airdrop. If you can check here on the USDAi price, I think it pegged to like almost 1.06 previously. Here, let's go to the 1 month view. Yep, over here you can see it used to peg for quite a while, and it used to be trading on a premium since people are actually buying the YT tokens and yeah, buying the tokens on DEXs to actually farm for the airdrop that it's offering. And just last week, and we actually covered this in our news last week, if you check it, you should be aware that USDAi is actually opening more deposit cap. Yeah, they're raising their deposit cap, and it's now live for you to actually mint USDAi or stake it as USDAi for you to get a expected APY for 12%. And these are backed by AI infrastructures, by the way. So they're lending money for people to borrow and buying AI infrastructures here. It's quite transparent here. And then again, this is a project backed by YZi Labs, which is actually previously Binance Labs. So this is quite an interesting protocol. But if you don't want a direct exposure to the token, you can actually go to Pendle and buy the YT token. So the YT token gives you more multiplier because what you're buying is only the yield-bearing part of the token. So you can search here on Arbitrum. I think there are new listed markets for USDAi, and yeah, you can see here on the YT, you can actually buy the YTs to get, if you're only focusing on the points rewards program for USDAi. That's for USDAi. Another interesting part, for those of you who has actually participated in the public sale for MegaETH, you can actually participate for your pre-deposit, which is soon to be live today. The 250 million cap for, yeah, it will be a quite interesting airdrop. I think it will actually allocate you some airdrops and some rewards for early pre-depositors, just like what Stable is doing. This would be an interesting opportunity for some of you who have actually completed the KYC access for the pre-tokens on MegaETH. Alright, so that's for MegaETH. There's some updates on Neutrl. This is still an interesting airdrop. You can actually hold NUSD, get some points here, 5 points per day. If you want to farm for points, you can actually lock your NUSD and get 150 points a day. And this is quite risky. Why? Because you can actually access the liquidity when you're locking it, but you can actually choose the period. The minimum period of time will be 3 or 6 months. Let me check here. Yeah, the maximum period of time would be around 6 months. You should be ready to not use the liquidity that you are actually locking on Neutrl for 3 to 6 months to be safe. And yeah, that's for Neutrl. Next up for Neutrl would be the market integrations on Pendle. So they just integrated the markets on Pendle for NUSD, and you can lock in 13% fixed yield, or you can farm for their rewards. And please do note that there's a cap for NUSD, so if you want to farm Neutrl points here, you can go to Pendle and some of the multipliers to boost your points, or you can LP on Pendle. You can simply add LP and USD on here on Pendle and get like 50 YT points, 50 Neutrl points per YT. So yeah, that's what you're getting for putting liquidity on or buying YT on for Neutrl. Yeah, it's a very diverse option if you actually farm on, so you don't have direct exposure to the protocol risk or anything, or insolvency or like hacks on the protocol. That will actually affect, but it will not be as brutal as if you are only trading the white on Pendle. So yeah, that's it for this week's video, and I'll see you on the next one.